Hi friends, welcome to Harmony Hills Home and Garden. I'm Jenny and we live and garden here in Baltimore, Maryland, Zone 7. Today is another day of planting seedlings. I've been growing seedlings in my basement since January and also some winter sowing outside since January. And so some of them are ready to get into the ground. I'm going out of town tomorrow for a few days and I don't want my house sitter and dog sitter to have to worry about taking care of my seedlings while I'm gone. So I'm going to try to get as many of them planted between the last video about planting seedlings and this video about planting seedlings as I can. So come with me and let's get some of these seedlings into the ground. I'm going out of town tomorrow, and so I want to have as many of these seedlings into the ground as I possibly can. So I'm going to start with my poppies. Now, in my last video, I said that these were Himalayan blue poppies. They're not. They're Hungarian blue poppies. And I did them in the winter sowing method, and I have lots of seedlings here. Now, I have been told that poppies don't like to have their roots disturbed and that transplanting them is a risky proposition. So I'm going to do my best to keep the roots undisturbed. Someone suggested, and I'm going to try to do this, that I just plant this whole container full of soil and roots all as one root ball. I'm going to try that. I'm afraid it might fall apart a little bit here and there, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to choose a spot out here in my new garden area, probably over there by the holly, between the holly and the leucothoe, and see if I can get these poppies to grow there. I'm choosing that spot because that is one of the very few spots in the garden that is very nearly full sun. All right, so in this area right here is where I'm hoping these will grow because this is nearly full sun. I don't really have any full 100% full sun, but this is pretty close. So I pull the mulch back. Let's see if I can get this out without any, well, okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to take this part out as a clump and this part. All right, little poppies, there you go. I tried to bother you as little as possible. Now, these may be too close together, so some of them won't live. I'm hoping that we get some poppy flowers. Do you think it'll work? I don't know. Grow, puppies, grow! The next seedlings I want to get into the ground are some feverfew. I have 8 cells of feverfew, and each of the cells has multiple seedlings in it. I'm just going to plant each of these cells as one hunk of seedlings. That's called the hunk of seed method, and basically what it means is that the strongest of all the seedlings will dominate, the others will wither away on their own naturally, or maybe they'll both work. They just basically will figure it out themselves. I don't have to separate them. Feverfew wants to be spaced about 12 inches apart. It grows 12 to 24 inches tall. It has small white flowers on it. It's a self-seeder, so I have to put this where I want it, knowing that it will be there probably into the future as it self-seeds in that area, and it might spread around a little bit. So I'm picking a spot in the garden where I think I want to have some cottagey feel, some, it's okay if everything kind of jumbles together. So I think I'm gonna go back inside the arbor garden. Now I'll have feverfew blooms in and amongst my Nepeta, my Gara, near my roses, and I think it'll be a really pretty cottagey feel over there, right by that rose arbor. I do have another 4-pack though, so let's go find a spot for those. Amongst these woodland phlox, which are blooming right now, I put in some of the feverfew here. I think this will be a nice spot for some sort of wild, cottagey looking kind of plants in among here. And they bloom at different times, so that'll bring multi-season interest to this patch right here. On tap next, I've got, I believe, 14 more Snapdragons. These are the last of my Snapdragons from my indoor sowings. I still have winter sown Snapdragons, but they're much smaller, so they're not quite ready to go out yet. So I have 14 of these. These have not been pinched yet, as you can see. Look how tall that is. It's awesome. And then I have, I believe, 8 cells of Yarrow. This is Summer Pastels Mix Yarrow. This is perennial. So I'm going to find some good spots to put some perennial Yarrow. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk, and I'm going to see if I can get these Snapdragons and Yarrow to grow in this courtyard garden. It might not work because this garden gets really strong sun from about 11 a.m. to about 1 p.m. 2 hours of really hot baking sun. And then other than that, and 1 p.m. it goes into complete shade because of the house. And before 11 a.m. it's getting at best dappled sun through the fence and the trees above. So these plants might not do well enough here to survive, but we're going to give them a try. I'm going to put 4 of each, Snapdragons and Yarrow, in here. In this garden already, this is a serviceberry tree that is a very young sapling. We have some Inca Ice Peruvian Lily, or Alstroemeria, right here. Autumn Joy Sedum. These are some foxgloves. That's Mini Pearl Phlox. This is a Double Play Artisan Spirea. There's a purple coneflower right over there, Echinacea purpurea. This is an Eden Climber Rose. So I think there will be room for Yarrow for the long run right here. So I'm going to put the Snapdragons kind of back here, sort of near the fence also, because I think if they end up needing support, I'll be able to tie them onto the fence fairly easily. And this sapling isn't going to be big enough to interrupt the growing of these yet. So. Yarrow is a really tough perennial. It's hardy, I believe, in zone 2, all the way up, at least through zone 7, probably more like 9. So pretty much everybody in Canada and the US can grow Yarrow. Pretty much. I thought I would pop the rest of those Snapdragons right out here in the front garden. It'll be a nice accent during the summer. And then I stuck the rest of the Yarrow out toward the front sidewalk, 2 on each side. Well, I didn't get everything in the ground, but I got a lot of things in the ground. So all my friend has to do is pick up the hose and water these things in. Oh, and those things too. Oh, and the things inside under the lights. Oh, and the things in the courtyard. Boy, I should really pay her better. Well, thank you so much for joining me today as I tootled around and got some more seedlings into the ground. Spring is just, it's just a wonderful season, and I'm really having a lot of fun with all this seed starting that I've been doing. I hope you're having fun in your garden too, and I hope you'll come back and visit here again very soon. Have a wonderful day, friends, and I'll see you later. Bye!